Howdy! My name is Nicole Thompson, and today for my COMM 370 health presentation, I will be talking about childhood obesity.
What if tricks tasted mega fruitier?
I am the grapefruit TV. I'll make tricks disappear by eating them. Presto fruity!
New tricks? Yum! 6 yummy new colors.
Fruity yellow, berry purple, tasty orange, and blue berserple, berry green, and red rooty tooty.
These new tricks taste mega fruity. Silly rabbit, tricks are for kids.
Part of a good breakfast. New fruitier tasting trick cereal.
We're just going to overview adolescent obesity. In the past 30 years, obesity has grown 2 times in children and 4 times in adolescents. More than 1/3 of children and adolescents were obese in 2010, as according to the CDC in 2014. And based on the U.S. childhood obesity rate chart that we saw in lecture, there's an overall decrease in preschoolers aged 2 to 5 who are obese over time. All other children's rates are increasing steadily, but not a whole lot of change. The most increase is noticed in 12 to 19-year-olds. The 2 big theories that we went over in lecture are the CAP model and the social comparison theory. The CAP model stands for knowledge, attitude, and behavior/perceptions, and is all about how mass media instills knowledge, can change attitudes, and eventually even shape behaviors. An example of this in the commercial is the fact that the commercial will instill knowledge of food choices such as, cereal is yummy. Children, who are the audience, will have a positive attitude of the sugary cereal, i.e. tricks, and those kids will eventually ask their parents to buy the cereal from the commercial. The second theory is social comparison theory, which is all about how the audience compares themselves to others. They compare themselves to people on TV, regardless of the behaviors portrayed, and they compare themselves based on what they see. The kids, who are the audience, are watching this commercial and see that the kids are happy with the cereal and assume, I'll probably be happy with the cereal as well. The social comparison theory is also about how people learn, such as in the Bandura study about Bobo dolls. The younger the audience is, the more they model after people that they see. This commercial is directed towards children, the most influenced of all audiences. An example, in the commercial it says tricks are for kids. The audience, kids, watches that and says, tricks are for kids. I'm a kid. I must need tricks. More than 61% of the TV commercials that children will watch during their Saturday morning cartoons are for food. More than 90% of these are for sugary cereals, like tricks, candy, fast food, chips, or other junk food. Food ads are linked to unhealthy eating habits and obesity in children. In the commercial, it says new fruitier taste, but there's no actual fruit. Ads are very effective in increasing children's requests for junk food and fast food, just like we discussed with the social comparison theory. There are TV ad disclaimers, such as, when eaten as part of a nutritional breakfast, but it's spoken rapidly and not understood very well by the small children, who are the main audience. Some trends in food advertising. Each decade, there is an increasing amount of TV ads viewed by children. 32% of these are for candy, 31% are for cereal, like the ad I showed in the beginning, and 9% are for fast food. There are about 11 food commercials per hour viewed by children, and these commercials are often for low nutritional value foods that are calorically dense. How are ads so influential on children? Well, a big part of this is the use of characters or cartoons in commercials. Children have a hard time distinguishing between characters from the cartoon that they were watching and the advertisement. And an example for this is the rabbit from Tricks. Advertisement has an effect on norms, attitudes, and knowledge of the audience. And even brief ad exposure can influence youth food preferences. There's a direct relationship between TV watching and junk food and soft drink consumption, and an inverse relationship between TV watching and consumption of fruits and vegetables. TV viewing has also been associated with incorrect beliefs about food's nutritional values. There has been a 34% increase in 2 to 11-year-olds who are online, and 56% of 4 to 6-year-olds can use a computer all by themselves. 30% of children have visited a website that is actually meant for children, and 64% of 5 to 14-year-olds have access to a computer solely to play games. I'm not sure you're able to see it, but at the end of the clip that I showed in the beginning of this presentation, there was a link for sillychannel.com. And after Googling it, I discovered that it is a website for tricks that includes fun activities and advert games directed at children. Little research has been done to find a link between internet and childhood obesity, but in 2006 there was a Kaiser study looking at 77 websites geared towards kids that had a gaming aspect. Advert gaming is when a food product brand is bundled with an online game. 7% of the websites looked at contained an advert game, and there was an average of 1 to 5 of these games per website. 51% of these sites provided any nutritional information about the food brand. But those who did, most of them had a complete list that included allergy information, which is good. There's little information about influence of internet ads on food choices and the consumption of kids. There is a blur between actual media content and advertisements, where kids are kind of unable to tell the difference between when their cartoon ends and when a commercial begins. There is a need for commercial separators, such as, "We will be right back after this short commercial break," or, for the website, an icon or a banner. In the tricks page that I found, there is in fact a banner that says, "Hey kids, this is advertising," which is good. It is unclear, though, if advertising breaks are actually effective. In the Kaiser study, a majority of sites looked at did not provide any commercial break. And if they did show them, they are showed on multiple locations within the site, which is preferred. But Kaiser also found that kids are unable to separate between commercials and shows. Silly rabbit, tricks are for kids. Thank you for taking the time and watching my presentation. Have a great rest of your day.